Hey, good morning, everybody, and Merry Christmas! How's everyone doing today? Kevin Chan here, 7:30 in the morning, and bringing you live again another session, and we're gonna continue the entire journey of 2025. Yeah, yes, I changed the slide a bit to reflect Christmas, and amazingly, very appropriately, green and red. Green and red, and today we're gonna talk about Think Fire, right? So we're gonna talk about Think Fire a bit. Think Fire is the one that won the uh, voting for yesterday, right? So I see Pekpui is around, Manuel is around, Jocelyn's around. So how was Christmas Eve? As you grow older, your preference for Christmas, what we call atmosphere changes. Last time when you were young, right, you try to go to places whereby there is a lot of people. Right now, when you are older, wiser. When you're wiser, you avoid all those places. Any places that you might sense that, right? So, I don't know whether you guys got look at the social media. On my side is that all those people who's traveling. For us is KL, we like to go Ipoh or Penang. During holiday season. Because that's where all the food is. KL no food, right? So you don't have to go Penang or Ipoh. Well, the entire highway, all the car was like standstill. No, I mean really standstill. Standstill mean that people getting out of the car, taking out their handphone, and then take videos of each other standing on the road. That was on the way to Ipoh. So don't know whether got what we call accident or not. Anyway, right? So yeah, I'm not a big fan of traveling during festive season nowadays. So it's a festive season nowadays. Just stay home and then go Omi, Taofo, don't go anywhere. Hello, Samko. Hello, Sabrina. Right. So, hopefully you guys are doing well. Right. So, yeah. All right. So, and this is what we call the festive season right now. And Peggy is having fever 22nd until right now. Right. So, take medication now. What can you do? Take medication, rest more, drink more water. Right. So, take care of yourself, Peggy. Right. So, come, let's go in and take a look at the Think Fire. Right, so we go and let's take a look at the Think Fire. Right, so this was the voting. 370 people voted out of the normal 600. Right, so normal voting is about 600 people out of the 1,800 who signed up for this particular channel. Right, so you can see that a lot of people is not actually active. So that's why in the social media world, they are currently already realizing that having a high viewer count doesn't really matter. It's actually how many people is active inside. Hello Naki, good morning. Hello Eve, good morning. How are you guys all doing? Right, so now this is the result lah, right? So according to this result, then we will go by Think Fire, then Wu Earth, the Earth Sin Metal, and also Ren Water. Ren Water happened to be the last. Poor Ren Water. Right, poor Ren Water. Right, so back to this particular page, right? So the one with the alien face are the one that we have done already. So you want to watch the video about the alien face one, which is the Jia Yi Ping, Geng, and Kui, all done already. So you want to watch about that one, go back to the playlist, go to the playlist of the 2025 forecast playlist. And by the way, the playlist also have the 12 animal inside. Right, so then we can take a look. So now why do we have a session for the 10-day master is because I want to show you, let you know that even with the same pillar, the 10-day master have different interpretation of the pillar. So which means that, given the same incident, like for example, Christmas is different for everybody. There are people who does not celebrate Christmas, because it's not part of their religion to celebrate Christmas, right? So some religions say it's even illegal just to wish people have Merry Christmas. It doesn't matter, right? So there are people even if they celebrate Christmas, the meaning of Christmas can be very different to them. So that's why you cannot just say that Christmas is a joyous season. No, some people might not see Christmas as a joyous season. That's the point, yeah. Right, so same thing, the wood snake, right? So the wood snake, there's no good, no bad about the wood snake. The wood snake is just a state. It is just a energy signature that's happening. So different day master would translate the energy signature into different things. So in the study of 八字, it is called the 10 god interaction. 10 god interaction means that one element interact with another element. So because there's 10 element that you can interact with, so we call the 10 element as 10 god. right? So it's much more easier to basically do that. Hello, Cindy, how are you doing? Right, so come, let's go in and take a look at Think Fire. Right, so Think Fire, when you take a look at it, the translation of the Think Fire, right? So the 10 chord interaction. When a yin fire interact with a yin wood, right? So we call it the indirect resource, right? So the yin wood, which is the yin wood, produces fire. So wood produces fire, right? So when element produces the DayMaster, and when the element is of the same polarity, right? So the wood is yin as well, so the polarity is the same, so we name it as direct resource. So a lot of time I tell people, if you don't like uh, whoever name it as direct resource, long time ago, the fellas long dead already, don't care, right? So then you can go and call it as the element that produce me, which is of the same polarity, leh, right? So right now, this year, we have the element that produced my DayMaster, which is in the same polarity as me. Every single time you have a conversation, you can use that long sentence. It's nothing wrong one. Or you can choose to say that, oh, this year is my indirect well-being. Okay, so I don't know which one is easier for you. So this is also the reason why some people have nickname, right? So because their name is too long. Like for example, normal Chinese. Normal Chinese, the Chinese name very difficult to pronounce, right? So I use an English name also because when I went to university that time, right, they just couldn't pronounce my name correctly. Right? So because in the Western world, the surname is put at the back, right? So my last name is Chong, so they always call me Mr. Chong. So when they do the what we call roll call, right? Mr. Chong, are you in, Mr. Chong? The hell, I know who the hell is Mr. Chong, right? So after a while, only they pronounce the entire full name. Then when they say that, no, sorry, sir, Asian, the surname is in the front, not at the back, right? That doesn't work, right? So what happened? Put in an English name lah, so that your surname become the back of the English name. Yeah, it's Kevin Chan, right? So now they know how to call Mr. Chan. So if the other party not willing to change, you change. Pretty simple, right? So if the other party not willing to change, you change, right? So it's the indirect resource here for the Ting fire, right? So and then the fire itself from the snake, which is the Ping fire, right? So it's called rock wealth, right? Rock wealth is element that is the same with you, right? So same with you, but it's of the opposite polarity. It's called rock wealth. Now a lot of time I tell people, is that please don't go literal with the Chinese metaphysics study. Although it's called rock wealth, it got nothing to do with taking your money. Okay, it has nothing to do with taking your money. It doesn't come and rob your wealth. So that's why a lot of interpretation out there see that, oh, rock wealth come, your money is gonna be gone. Half true, the prognosis, right? So let's take a look at the what we call the effect or the nature of the indirect resource and also not rock wealth. Now, indirect resource is pretty simple. Now, so again, it is an energy that basically nourish you. It's an energy that grows you. So you can see that it give information or it give resources to you. So indirect resource is generally the we all here say is kepochi, or what we call busybody energy. So indirect resource is generally very curious. Very curious, very curious mean that is trying to find out things. So indirect resource is in charge of spreading what we call widening your knowledge, right? So indirect resource problem is no depth lah, right? So the counterpart, which is called direct knowledge, direct resources. Direct resources is to deepen a knowledge, but no breadth. I see it's fair one, you get something, right? So when you are in direct resource this particular year, you can imagine you having the tingling spider sense. Everything trigger. Everything trigger is not the anger trigger. Everything trigger as in, that one look interesting, or or like that also can, this one also, you have that particular interest. So you are become very curious of the things around you, and because of you are more curious or more sensitive to the things around you, you also get signal faster than other people, right? So the negative side is overthinking. Overthinking is in your thinking become very scattered, and also things make you become suspicious of everything. Anything that move, right, is very interesting and suspicious. You hear a bit of a sound, it's like, oh, something is happening there, right? So now, whether it's a positive suspicion or negative suspicion, that one really depends on how you were brought up. All right, if you are brought up like typical Asian, so typical Asian, I tell especially Malaysian, right? You see, Chinese fella, the mother will tell the son, right? Oh, the Chinese uncle will catch you and sell you. Yep, that's what Chinese do. Chinese sell everything. Right, so that's why you got a very bad impression of Chinese uncle as in somebody who will catch you and take you out to sell, which is very bad. So which is very bad. So that dear parent, don't put, don't simply. So you see, if the indirect resource and brought up in this sort of environment whereby they are taught, program, to be scared of Chinese uncle. So like now in direct resource, suddenly you see Chinese uncle following you, right? So what your brain do? It's like, oh no, Chinese uncle is gonna kidnap me, and sell me to slavery. You can see that you can form a very wrong conclusion, right? So but anyway, right, since it's indirect resource is here, right, it's a good year for you to improve your knowledge. Go and be curious about things that is positive to you. So like for example, things that are positive to you, if let's say career, you are somebody from a finance department, then this particular year is a good year for you to curious about how does the sales department work. You need to be curious of how upper management work. You can curious about how operation work. You will find that if you go and do all this cross disciplinary learning, right, you learn very fast. Very fast, you have an insight of what is basically happening. It's easier for you to learn, although you don't achieve the skill set that's required, but you understand what is happening. So that help add into you, right? So at this area, we basically call it skill stacking, right? So the modern way of thinking about this is called skill stacking, right? So you can go and Google skill stacking and learn about it. Skill stacking is that you have a skill, you add additional skill that has nothing to do with this skill one, but it complements this particular skill. So those are called skill stacking. So if you are somebody like me who do content creation, so I create content, but then there is a lot of different skill like editing, right? So I can add editing work into my skill stack so that I know how to edit, right? So those kind of stuff that you can do this particular year, right? So which is very good. Now rock wealth is just an energy of comparison. That's it. That's what rock wealth do, right? So rock wealth give you the energy of comparison. The negative part of things about rock wealth is that when you compare the wrong thing, when you compare the wrong stuff, right? So then that's where you get into trouble. Like for example, the very classical wrong thing that you compare is somebody else's ability to spend money versus your ability to spend money, right? So you see someone buy new car, you see someone buy new handphone, you see someone going for the Christmas holiday, year end Christmas holiday. You're wondering like oh, how can they arrest? And then what happened? You throw money at it. You see, you throw money at it to make yourself feel like I'm equal to this person right now. I can also buy the handphone, and you use money to throw at it. That is where you get into trouble. So in the olden day, why rock wealth is not a very good, because why? The wealth in the olden day are all locked up by the family. Individual have no accounts one. You individually actually have no account. So all the wealth is actually concentrated in the family. So what rock wealth does is that when it goes out, it takes the family money and go out and spend so that they can be of equal to another family. Of course, you think we take the family fortune to go and spend, right? Sure, gonna get slapped one. So that's why they don't like this particular energy signature in the olden day. But today, all the money belong to you. You want to spend, go spend. I got no problem with it. So today is that do you have the pocket to spend? If you don't have the pocket to spend, you're gonna spend yourself into trouble. But if you're very strategic with spending, right? So the indirect wealth and also rock wealth is that you know what to learn. So you see your competitor, somebody that comes in is doing better than you. Right? Competitor mean that generally we are speaking about somebody who is at the same social status level as you. The your what we call academic level. Is about the same. Everything is about the same. But you see this particular person do much better than you. What you need to do is just to study this particular person. What is this person currently doing right now that I'm not doing? Now the next question is, am I willing to put in the actual effort into doing this. Right? So a lot of people, see that, oh no, this person, make a lot of money, or just social media, and I'll see the fella, buy new car. A lot right? So those agent work, agent work, mutual fund agent, right? So the what we call your insurance agent, your MLM guys, right? So you can see them, they always, display their buy new car, they always display their holiday, right? So now the only reason why you are not going on holiday and not buying new car is because you're not selling anything. Yeah, right. So your sales skill sucks. So now what happened? Go improve your sales skill. Right? Doesn't mean you have to sell insurance, right? Doesn't matter whatever that you are selling. Right? So the income, whatever come from the part and parcel of the package of the thing that they're selling. So insurance, mutual fund, they have this particular package that they're doing that, they assist you in buying car, they if you meet the quota, then you go for holidays, right? So all those kind of stuff, right? Up to you you want to go and do, right? So this is where you're going to see that, oh, this person is doing, right? So I like to use the example of Malaysia, Dato Lee Chong Wei and also Ling Tan, right? So Dato Lee Chong Wei, Ling Tan is a very healthy rivalry. I see Ling Tan play better. I train to play better because I know Ling Tan has been training. Now Ling Tan see Dato Lee Chong Wei play better than him. He train. So they go, right? So because he see Datuk Lee Chong Wei training, right? Yeah, that is called healthy, right? So whereas there's the not very healthy one is that, oh, I see you get award, I go buy the award. I see that you got PhD, I go to some dodgy university and buy myself a PhD, and then come and tell people that, oh, I'm also a doctorate PhD holder, from this particular don't know whichever country, what we call name is it, right? So they sometimes call honorary doctorate. They don't really did any research or whatever it is, they just pay for it, right? So if you start doing all this kind of stuff just to look the same as the other person, just to compete, this is where you get into all these financial problems. Right, so yeah, you can see that the hurting officer is basically there, right? So the hurting officer is there. So when the hurting officer is there, right, is the sense of attention is basically there. So this Rockwell competition come together with the sense of ego attention, right? Sense of ego attention, right? So of course, if the direct wealth is there as well, direct wealth together with Rockwell, they're gonna tell you that you're gonna take shortcuts instead of actually putting in effort. You're going to try to find shortcuts to get the same result so that you can show people the same result. And often is the seeking of this sort of shortcut that get you into trouble. Right? So you rather throw money at it to get whatever that you want to get instead of actually putting in real effort. So this is the general year for Think Fire, right? So again, it is good, it is bad, is how you direct yourself to it. So if your strategy is, I see this particular person is doing better than me, right? So I got this particular sense of feeling of, insufficient, right? Feeling of insufficient. So number one, I go and study, right? So this is where indirect resource come in. I go and study the situation. I am curious about the situation. I find out what are the things that this particular person has been doing. And once you find out the person doing, then you're going to ask yourself, what are the things that he's doing right now which I'm not doing? How can I learn this particular thing I'm doing? So if you're doing that particular approach, then it's very healthy. Right? It's super healthy if you're doing that particular approach, right? So if it's not, then, I hope that you got enough money to finance your pursuit for your face value, right? If not, this gonna be a pretty wild year for you, right? So now yeah, right. So this particular thing is one thing advice for you, so let's go beyond your comfort zone this year. Think 5, right? So venture a bit beyond your comfort zone, right? So other people are advancing, right? So the Rockwell is basically just telling you that the people around you is gonna do better. Right? So if the people around you are not doing better than you, right, the Rockwell doesn't really get activated. Right? So what the Rockwell gonna see that this fella is doing bad, that you're gonna do worse than this particular person. Normal circumstances you won't run, right? So other people are doing better, they are running faster than you, right? So important for you to see what they are doing, and then ask yourself whether you're willing to run or not willing to run. Right? The problem with indirect resource is that they don't have depth. on doing things, right? They just kepo want to find out, right? So they're just busybody want to find out. After find out already, right? Indirect resource normally doesn't do much. That is problematic. Okay, right? So second, if you take a look at it, chasing for what superficial experience, and also chasing for um what we call your face value, right? So it's not gonna be good lah, right? So this one actually come from the combination of raw wealth and also hurting of this, right? So because you are subjected to this particular energy, right? So you have these things that oh, I want to impress other people. Right? So now again, impressing other people depending on how you impress other people. If you're just throwing money at it, this fella is going for holiday, I also want to go for holiday, and the very dangerous thing is that you take your credit card out and then it's like, no, I'm gonna go holiday and I'm gonna use my credit card to buy myself a whole holiday, but you have absolutely no idea how to pay for it. Okay, right? So it's like doing all these things, I have to, yeah, experience to you, yesterday I just took my son and daughter plus one, my daughter invited her friend. No wonder she was so adamant that we have to go to this mall at this time. I was like wondering, I want to go watch movie only ma. There's a lot of other more convenient shopping complexes that has movie theater that can watch the same show. But no, she insists must be this particular shopping complex at this particular time slot. Because why? She have invited the friend. So when I reached there only, I was like, seeing her, taking picture of the places. I'm here, there. It's like, all right, so you call your friend then. So went for lunch. The lunch is like 200 bucks. Right? It's not that I cannot afford 200 bucks. It's that wait, hello, if one lunch is like that 200 bucks, how are we gonna make a living? Yeah, if one meal is 200 bucks, 10 meal is 2,000. There's 30 meal in a month. It's 6,000 bucks just for meal. Don't talk about the movie yet. Right? You have to start to wonder, right? So how the hell that this young generation is gonna be able to make a living, right? So if you are that type, it's like, go out. She the problem is that she doesn't know what the price is, right? So Cantonese says, you eat rice, you don't know what is the price of rice. She's in this particular stage because she's a bit shielded from the environment by me. Okay, yeah, so she need to be slowly introduced to the world. Right? So yeah, that's the situation. So you have to be careful of that. Right? You have to be, and also because you are in the curious mode, right? Sometimes you don't mind spending a bit of money just to satisfy the curiosity. Right? So like again, up until right now, I still cannot understand this labubu thingy. I know it's like, yeah, so we got Pop Mart shop in again one of the shopping complex. People were lining up, man. Right, so you see the social media people lining up, right? So why I cannot understand, but yeah, right. So and recently the Labubu just had a cooperative with the new Squid Game 2, right? So they have now so Pop Mart has a agreement with Squid Game 2. So right now they have this blind box with the Squid Game character in it. So again, everybody gonna go buy. So if you are those type of curious fella, right? It's like, oh no, yeah, this Labubu is, then you go and buy. If you can sustain the pricing, up to you lah, right? So it's not right, not wrong, right? So it's an experience, right? Like for me, again, I tell a lot of people, like my child is full of wealth. I don't see this as an opportunity. It's like if you buy one, it's the correct one, you can sell it for many fold. It's like how many fold can you sell? Okay, right? So max, I tell you, max, go sell like 2,000 bucks. There's one time only lah, right? You're late lah, Eclipse. Finally caught live for the first time. Merry Christmas. No lah, there's nothing as late lah, right? So you just come join in. If not, go and watch the video. Right? So that is the situation lah, right? So your curiosity can lead you into a path of senseless spending. Right? So just tell you the senseless spending energy is already there. Right? So you feel the feeling is like spending this energy just to look good makes sense to you. Okay, if it makes sense to you, makes sense to you. If it if you have the money to go and do it, go and do it. Nothing much. It's an experience, right? So but make sure that it's long term, makes sense lah. Right. So now yeah, curiosity might have unintended consequence, right? So in this case, again, right? So you want to explore, great. Mindful your financial limit, right? So take a look at your pocket, right? So take a look at your pocket, especially right now again, with the easy access to credits, very easy access to credits, right? Chances of you overspending is very high, and when you overspend, when your credit rake up into become a bigger number, right? So it's not easy to dig yourself out of it. Okay, right? So just make sure that you are ready for all these kind of things. So overall, this particular year, what is a good things for you to do? I usually classify this sort of energy as competitor research year. It's a year whereby you go and learn as much as possible from your competitor, but you need to have the ability to filter the bad stuff from the good stuff, right? So you need to be able to have the sense of taking a look at the situation and see what benefit you and what do not benefit you. Like for example, if you're really into the pot mart thingy, right, then you better study the entire economy of the pot mart. Yeah, right. You study the economy of the pot mart, right? So you know which one make money, and then you know what is the chances of you, So if you buy something that doesn't worth it, how you gonna, right? So make use of it, right? So you need to understand all those things. It's not just buy and then hoping that miracle would happen. Don't go and do this sort of stuff. Okay, right. So it's gonna be an interesting year for you on the think fire side, as usual, right? So think fire normal characteristic is already curious. Now think fire is among all of them that is a bit more curious type of energy, right? So like yesterday I tell you Keng metal is naturally aggressive because they can't die. Think fire is naturally caution and curious because why? Again, think fire very feeble. So when very feeble that time, right, your sense of danger, the way that you sense danger become amplified so that you don't get yourself into danger, right? So that's why think fire, anything small things happen, right? The fire straight away flicker with the wind, right? So it's very sensitive. Think fire is naturally very sensitive, right? So this particular year, together with the indirect resource, it become even more sensitive. Okay, right. So just be careful of how you structure your own thoughts. All right. So not everything that happen around you is there to go against you or kill you. So again, because the rock wealth is a much bigger fire source than you, the the feeling for the thing fire this year is what we call lacking. It's like, oh, I'm not as good as this particular person. Oh, this person is doing this. I have this particular lacking, and sometimes when you want to fill up the emptiness of lacking, one way to do so quickly is to buy yourself out of it. So just don't buy yourself out of it, lah. That's all, lah. So really build on to the things that you want to do. Right? So that would be great. Okay. Right. So now that's it for this particular Christmas edition. Right. So enjoy your Christmas, everyone. You've got nothing to do. Most of KL shopping complexes this today should be empty because a lot of people has already went out. Right, a lot of people already go to the other states. So congratulations Penang for no place to stand. And also congratulations Ipoh for finally having traffic jam. Okay.